Welcome to the chapter dedicated to social business model canvas. The traditional business model canvas, it's a visual tool that allows you to describe, to analyze, and structure a project or company's business model. It is based on 9 key building blocks representing all essential aspects of the activity, and it's used to map the elements needed for a project, to understand the interaction between them, and organize them in the best possible way. This is how normally traditional business model Canva looks like. You can find it online with a bit various terminologies, but nevertheless it serves the same points. The traditional business model canvas comes with advantages and its limitations. It is a summary and communication document. It is one-page description of whole entrepreneurial project. It is the document that facilitates strategic thinking and helps you to identify weaknesses or areas for improvement for your business model. However, it comes with strong limits. The simplified format may lack the detail needed for in-depth analysis. The traditional business model Canva is a single product tool and does not consider the impact dimension and may not be suitable for all projects and organizations. Therefore, impact-driven projects and businesses need more suitable tools such as a social business model canvas. As you can see, it looks pretty similar to the traditional business model canvas. However, we add needs, beneficiaries, and impact building blocks to the traditional model. Just before diving in depth for each building block, I wanted to stop a bit more on the social business model canvas purposes. Firstly, it is used for initiating an impact roadmap. It lays the groundwork for assessing and monitoring at each stage the startup social and environmental impact using the key indicators. It is useful for in-depth reflection on the economic model. This allows us to move beyond a strictly financial perspective and consider the project holistically. Also, it allows for a clear visualization on how social and environmental objectives are integrated into the startup's business model. Last but not the least, it's gaining legitimacy with investors and stakeholders. It helps to effectively communicate the social and environmental mission. Let's get started with needs and offers. A need represents the societal problem that your project addresses. Try to answer the questions. What are the needs of your target population? What are their aspirations? Only after that, you can move to offer that corresponds to what you wish to propose. That is the product or service you will implement to meet the identified needs. Try answering the question, how does your offer meet the needs of the target population? Together, needs and offer create a value proposition. Having done that, we can move to who is the project aimed for. To answer that, we need to complete the 4 blocks, such as distribution channels, customers, relationships, or beneficiaries. Distribution channels are the means of communication, distribution, engagement, or possible sales used to reach target audience. Here you can find guiding questions that will assist you in defining better other pre-established channels, networks, partners with whom they're familiar that could act as intermediaries, which distribution channels will effectively reach your target customers. Then you can move thinking about the relationships that describe the actions you will implement to help your beneficiaries become self-reliant. What role do you play in their daily routines? Are you in direct contact with them or not? How will you establish a relationship of trust and commitment with your beneficiaries? Take a moment to reflect on these questions before moving to customers, because customers are those who have an interest in buying or paying for your product or service and who will have means to do so. Who are they? Are their beneficiaries your customers? If not, who will benefit from your beneficiaries having access to your offer? And lastly, move to beneficiaries, because these are the people whose living conditions you wish to positively improve and who will benefit from your offer. Who are they? What are their characteristics? Try to describe as detailed as possible. Moving further, we need to move to positive effects or the impact. This refers to the whole impact that your project might have. What monitor indicators could you implement? Is it numbers of reached people? Is it CO2 emissions? Add as many indicators as possible. And what are the short, medium, and long-term results for society or community? Now it's time to get to the project implementation. We need to think about strategic partners, about key activities, and key resources. Strategic partners are the networks of stakeholders, suppliers, or key influencers that are essential to success of your idea. Try to identify who are they, what can you offer them, what tasks you could entrust to them. Further, we move to key activities. These are the concrete actions you will implement to make your project work, how exactly you will implement it, what are the key steps to achieving the results. And key resources are the resources that you will need to implement the core activities you have previously defined. What human, physical, or financial resources do you need? Which ones do you have internally and how you can mobilize them? Again, trying to answer these questions as detailed as possible. Last but not the least, let's talk about the business model, which includes cost structure and income structure. The cost structure involves describing all expenses inherent to your project. How much do you need to start your project? What are the fixed costs or variable costs that you might have? And then move to revenue structure. What business model will you implement? Is it grants? Is it subscriptions? Is it memberships? Is it direct sales? How you will generate revenue from your business or your project? And what value are customers willing to pay? How will they pay? Or who will cover their costs? Try to explore all possible scenarios. Having answered all these questions, you have the social business model canvas ready. And what we need to mention, it is not a static document, it is dynamic living roadmap. So whenever you run your prototypes, whenever you test your ideas, always come back and adjust some elements on this canvas. Some last tips. Social media business model Canva is a tool that helps guide your thinking and challenge your project. Completing it inevitably involves a degree of subjectivity, and there is no single right answer. The most important thing is to illustrate the overall functioning of the project. Don't hesitate to revisit the tool at different times to challenge your project as it develops and gain a fresh perspective on its completion. Start by analyzing the needs of your beneficiaries to create your business model. And before completing the business model section, prioritize filling all other sections. Thank you.